So it's Wednesday, April 29th, 2015. Twitter just got absolutely killed today. Stock was down 8%, and that's after being down nearly 20% yesterday. All in all, we're talking about a stock that was at $51 yesterday afternoon. Earnings leaked, came out early, and now here we are today. The stock is 25% lower. So what I want to do is show you guys how I traded Twitter today, as I think there's some good stuff in here. I felt like I traded it pretty well, and I just want to talk about some of the things I saw in level 2, some of the ways I went about taking my order, taking my position, and then how I exited the position, so on and so forth. So without further ado, I'm going to get to that. So what you're going to see here is live footage from my trading. This just records my screen. If you look down in the corner, you can see that, April 29th, this is at 9:07 a.m. So pre-market, market hasn't opened yet. All right, so I'm going to fast forward. And so here we are. Twitter has opened up, it gapped down big time. We're in the 39s. And the first thing I'm doing is I'm just kind of observing, okay? Letting this thing kind of figure out what it wants to do relative to 40 bucks, because $40, if you hold it, I'm thinking it can go up to 41. If you're staying below it, I'm thinking she can go down to 49. But I want to make clear though, while I was watching this, I was very short biased on Twitter even if it bounced. All right, you can see this little gap area here off the gap down, and my idea was that, hey, if Twitter can't push above 41 and start getting into this gap, then she's in trouble. She's probably going way lower than 39.83, which was the low a day to open the day. Of course, I've got hiccups when I just started this, so just got to bear with me. But so that was my setup here. Waiting for a bounce, short bias. If it gets above 41, I'll play the long side. Maybe look to play the long side off 40. But overall, net short, looking for an opportunity on that side. All right, so some time goes by here. Fast forwarding a little bit. Twitter does end up bouncing, starting to bounce through the $40. You can see I've actually got a bid open at 125 to try and play some calls. Wasn't fast enough on my fill, so end up canceling that order. Don't end up playing it on the long side. I like my patience here. I didn't chase. I wanted the long off of $40, but I didn't want it now. So I just left my bid in there. I end up canceling it. Continue to fast forward here, get to the actual activity. All right, this is where it starts to get interesting to me. So Twitter has continued to bounce. It's testing $41. This is make or break. If you can push above 41, I'm going to look at buying dips. But if you are not pushing above 41, then this is where I want to be shorting this name, as I think she's going to roll back over. So show a little bit of this action here. As you can see, I am kind of readying a bid. I've got my cursor over here. I'm starting to look at limit prices on puts. I'm trading the 42 strike puts, and I place a limit order at $1.79. It starts backing away from 41. The whole reason I'm placing this order and looking to try and get in puts here is because of the way it's backing away from 41. By this time, look at our clock. All right, we're 15 minutes into the day. We're still below 41. Off of yesterday afternoon, this stock is still down nearly 20%. So to me, when you get a big time gap down like that, you got to be able to show life. All right, a 70-cent, 80-cent bounce, that is not life. That, I don't know what that is. But it ain't what I was looking for. Okay, so I'm still bearish on this thing, and feeling that my short target, short setup rather, is looking legitimate. So backs away a little bit more. I end up raising a bid to 183. You can see that here. I fill the 183 bid. In my head, I'm thinking about taking like a 3 to 5 contract position at this point versus 41. And this is where I think my entry strategy really works out well, because you'll notice I placed some more bids lower on Twitter as we move forward here. The spread's opened up. I haven't added yet. I haven't added because I'm waiting to see, is it gonna push above 41? Because again, if it's gonna push above this 41, no reason that I want to be adding. But I took a starter because I'm comfortable with that risk. You know, I want some exposure here due to what I feel are 41 rejections. So I haven't yet put in a bid again yet, but I am ready to do so at 170, depending on these 41 actions. And I really want you guys to pay attention to what's about to happen here, because Twitter ends up making a fake out above $41. Okay, and what I mean by fake out is it comes above 41, here it comes, and it comes right back beneath it. All right, it doesn't get above 41 and then go 41.20s, 41.30s. There's not a ton of momentum buying. In fact, what there is there's momentum selling into it, and you can see a little gist of it right there. Came up to 41, right back down into the 40.80s. Here we go with another test on 41, and you're going to see it print like 41.05, 41.06. And this is where I really start to get some conviction on the short side of things. All right, there's the spike above 41, up to 41.06, but then look, 1, 2, 3, right back down 40.90s. Right then and there, that's a good signal. Anytime you see that, guys, where you come above a level that then gets sold into right away, that's a short signal. I'm going to play that again for you so you can see it with your eyes again. All right, there it is, above 41 for a moment, and then boom, right back down. Much easier time going down off of 41 than it was going up above 41. At least that's how I see it. And now we're in the 40.80s. So now, you know, once you get that, because the thing is, if you get above 41, you know, I'm saying that that's maybe my long trigger. So the way I think about it, as I've just placed another bid at 160, you can see, and I end up hitting the ask at 170 here in a moment. You'll see my position and average price adjust here in my level 2 box to display that. But so the way I try and think about it is, do I want to be long? Okay, so if I see a stock coming up to a potential long setup, in this case it was Twitter getting above 41 bucks, and then it kind of just disinterests me on that 41 action. God, I'm really sorry about these hiccups. On that 41 action, then I don't want to be long, so now I got to think about the short side. And on a stock that's down 3% with a lot of volatility, I'm not looking for sideways. I'm looking for something. I'm either looking higher or lower. Don't like the long trade, so now I'm, you know, kind of forcing myself to say, hey, this is the short. I've got a nice clear reference point in the form of 41. It's not necessarily where can you short something. It's where can you short it against, right? How close are you to your risk level, your stop loss, whatever you want to call it. I know exactly where my risk is. My risk is $41. It's exactly the high that we just saw that we're testing again right here. So I feel pretty comfortable that, hey, even if I'm wrong here about this, I'm averaged in at 170. I'm going to be able to get out, at 150. Take a 20 cent per contract loss, right around 10 to 15%, and it won't be that bad. So that's what's really giving me conviction to be able to get in here and take what I feel is a good entry. And here we go again, testing 41, and you'll see it again get rejected at 41. And pay attention to how easily these asks come down back into the 40-80s. See that? Right there. Right away, just coming back down. Now, another favorite part of this trade for me, I'm done adding for now. I've got 3 contracts at a 171 average, and I'm not going to add again until I get a confirmed move away from 41. To me, that's maybe coming back to 40-70s or something. If we can come off of 41 hard, then I will take another entry, which will end up being my final entry. So just letting this play out. I want you to really pay attention to, again, how quickly it's going up versus how quickly it's going down. This thing is struggling to move 5 cents at a time to the upside. But what you're about to see is it just drops 20 cents in an instant, like no hesitation at all. And it just comes down to, who's winning. It's like when you watch a sporting event, who's having an easier time scoring the ball? Right now, the Bears are having an easier time scoring the ball. Look how quickly we just came into those 40-70s. So now this is where I end up adding to my position. You'll see it adjust. Now I'm up to 4 contracts at a 172 average. So really like my patience, like how I wait for the confirm back away from 41 like I mentioned. And now it's just kind of rock and roll. And the other part I really like here is as soon as I get my full position, I place a sell order at $2.10 for 1 contract, and I place a sell order at $2.20 for 1 contract, looking to sell my position on the way back down to my $40 / new low a day target. And that's something that really helps me, I think, stick to your targets. Too many times people, they buy, but then they don't think about their sell until it's time to think about the sell, right? I'm thinking about my sell as soon as I enter. And that's what I really like. That's what I think helps make this a profitable trade with solid execution, is I'm not waiting for things to happen. I'm preparing my execution, and then as things happen, my orders are just taking care of themselves. So we come up to the 10 o'clock hour here. And you'll see that now it's down 40.30. I'm on ask at $2.10. Just continuing to be patient. And again, selling on the way down to $40, as $40 is around level. Just in case it's not going to make a new low. I want to lock in profits and reward myself. No reason not to be rewarding yourself. I'm looking at 25% gains here. And again, you'll see my position up here adjust. I'll go from four contracts in the position box to 3. You'll see my open P&L turn into a closed P&L. That's one thing I really like about TradeStation is it displays my stuff right there on my level 2 box. So there it is, closed P&L, down to 3 positions now, 3 contracts rather. And I just got taken out at 210. I didn't have to guess if I wanted to adjust my order or anything. I didn't have to figure out when I was going to sell. I put in the sell the minute I knew that my position was ready to start working for me, and it just played out, and now here I am at 220 trying to sell a little bit more. I can always make adjustments from this time. Okay, and you can see I'm actually getting my cursor ready just in case I need to make an adjustment and sell a little bit more. You can always make adjustments after you put in your primary sells. And you'll actually see me sell one at $2.13 in just a minute. About 10 seconds here. Actually, again, you'll see my average position go from 3 to 2. You'll see my open P&L reduce and my closed P&L increase. So sold one at 213 right there. And the reason for that is because we're coming down towards 40, but just not really flushing the way I'd like it to at this point, but still keeping my 2 contracts because overall there's good pressure here. So no reason to sell out of the position when it is working for me. I want to keep giving this a chance. Fast forwarding a little bit, Twitter had bounced a little, but now it's right back down near the lows again. I'm still on ask at 220. Again, you'll see my position go from 2 to 1. You'll see my open P&L get smaller and my closed P&L get bigger. And I'm out at 220. So all those cells that I placed got filled, and now I'm just down to 1 contract. And this contract, I just want to let it kind of ride free because I got out a good amount of my principal, locked in solid profits, and now I'm kind of in the driver's seat. And I'm thinking, hey, as long as Twitter stays under pressure beneath kind of the 40-50 area, I'm going to be looking for new lows beneath that 39.75. So what I end up doing here, you can see this towards the end of the video. So right here what I'm doing is I'm placing a conditional order. Alright, so I just want to show this. So this is called an OCO, order cancel order. Now I don't want to watch Twitter all day, right? I mean, it's 10:49, an hour and a half into the day. I made a good trade on this thing, but I'm still holding one. But I don't want to sit here for hours on end babysitting it. So what do? I place what's called an OCO order, order cancel order. And what this does is it lets me simultaneously enter a profit order at a limit price and a stop market order to stop me out if it goes against me. So I've got a 172 average, and I'm going to place a stop loss order at 169 just beneath break even to ensure that I still keep a good portion of my profits, and I'm going to put a profit order at 275, which is in line with about 39.25 because I want to sell into a 39 approach in line with 39.25 because strike price of 42 minus 39.25 is 275. So that's where I'm saying in line with 39.25 just in terms of options pricing. So you see me doing this, and after I place this, so now you can see I've got a stop loss at 169 highlighted in gray, and I have a profit position at 275, which I don't think you can see it. Gotta see that again. Alright, so showing that again. But anyways, long story short, didn't want to babysit all day, so put in this conditional order. And that just kind of lets me go chill out, knowing that, hey, if Twitter goes up and goes against me, I'll be filled on the downside and I'll be protected. And if it goes in my favor, I will be getting out at the profits I want. I don't have to come back and exit. So there you go. You can see it highlighted in gray here, the 275 order. And that's all the actual footage I have, because then I just kind of chilled out and went to the gym. But as you can see here, this order did end up filling at 127, and I got filled at 275. Nice 56% gain. So really like that. I just put the order in. I had a target that I felt was realistic, and as the day progressed, the stock continued to trend lower, and I was indeed able to get out at my target. In fact, it actually went up beyond $3, so it could have sold higher, but you know what, that doesn't matter. Got out where I wanted to get out. Alright, but all in all, the takeaways from this is, number one, getting in at the prices you want, near the prices you want to trade against. Talked about trading versus 41. Number two, once you see level 2 confirm something, or you think you see it confirm something, that's when you need to act. Once I saw that fake out above 41 come right back down, I started increasing my size and scaling in for a greater position. Number three, selling on the way down to your targets. Put in my sell orders as soon as I entered my position. Once it was ready to rock and roll, I was prepared to just be able to get taken out on the way down. No work needed. Number four, using something like an OCO order or an OSO order, which is a different type of order for getting into a position, to take the stress out of your hands. You can turn off your platform and then just go chill out, knowing that you have these conditional orders in here which are going to take care of themselves. Really makes things easier. I honestly believe that if I would have had to sit here from 9:55 until 127, guarantee you I would have sold that position, because I know me. I'm not that patient. I wouldn't have been able to hold for 3 hours. So I really like that I was able to enter it that way and then just go chill out. In fact, what I did is I turned off my platform and didn't even check the stock price, so that I couldn't do anything about it. It was just either going to stop me out, or it was going to go to my target, or I was just going to stay in the position, and then I was going to check on it in the afternoon. So hopefully you guys got something out of this. And if it's nothing else, just level 2, level 2, level 2. Charts, yeah, they'll help you, but level 2 is where you really see the instant decisiveness of price action. You can look at this Twitter chart on here. If we just pull it up, you can look at this 3-minute chart and say, okay, Twitter's stalling, right? And then after you get this action here, okay, this candle right here, you can look at it, and the chart obviously says, all right, now it's broken down and it's going lower. But by that point, the stock's already dropped 30 cents, and your reaction is going to be very delayed if you're waiting on a chart to confirm something. Whereas level 2, we saw the fake out above 41. We were able to act instantly once we saw that, and instead of buying this move, we're already positioned, buying meaning buying puts on this move. We're already positioned and we're catching this move. Alright guys, I hope you liked what you saw. I hope you got something out of it. If you really liked what you saw, one-on-one mentoring is available, stuff like this, where you can see all of my trading footage all the time, every single day, for trades just like the one you saw on Twitter that was broadcast live for all my members. $5 for a 7-day trial. So check it out if it interests you. If you have any questions, feel free to email me, Kevin@Watchhimtrade.com. Thanks, guys.